Please excuse the sound. My husband is mowing the lawn. Okay.
You said I've been waiting. I said for who?
Let's go from here.
Your eyes skip straight to future tense. Mine stay glued to this room. You mapped out our mornings. I was counting the times. You packed a bag in your voice. I just nodded and smiled. You said yes, but I never asked in the first place. You built the door in a wall I never meant to break. You heard vows in the silence where my doubts stayed. You said yes to a question I was too scared to say. You kept circling baby names. I kept circling words to leave. You called it meant to be. I called it hard to breathe. You rehearsed our anniversary.
So if I come off mute, you can hear me. How you doing tonight, Miss Shamir?
Hello, I'm doing all right. How about you?
All right. Look, I'm trying to talk to you on mute. I don't know what that was about.
I thought you were just balling to your music.
I was listening to the music, but I stopped and I was like, wait a minute. I said, then I looked down. I said, okay. um, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and get started because I don't want to keep you long. Oh, here come Miss Bale. Uh, Hello, Miss Bale.
Good evening, everyone. It's just me and
Hey,
you.
Miss Bell.
Hey,
Hi. She know who it is. I ain't gotta say nothing.
not one word.
So I hope you guys got. I sent you all the quiz for 1 through 5. Did
Yes,
y'all
ma'am.
get it?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Okay. And that's not due till Saturday. You guys, I've already started on the next ebook, right?
I'm not surprised.
I already. Matter of fact, I'm in the process of right now messing with it. I started messing with it earlier. I said I need to go ahead and get all this stuff done. So hopefully I'll have if I'll make sure I'll try not to make it, complicated with the words. Because I know the first time we did like them words. But y'all did I was telling Shamir earlier how well you guys have been doing. You guys have been doing excellent. Okay, and I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all probably like I get tired of her saying it, but I'm serious. I really am very proud of all the work that you guys do and all the participation because this is about you. All right. So
Thank you for your patience because I'm not prepared most of the time. So
that's all
thank
right,
you.
honey.
Girl, me neither. So hey,
That's all right. Let me tell you something. If I didn't have patience, I couldn't be able to do this at all. I promise you. I would be mad all the time with you guys, and y'all probably like, I ain't going back to her.
I
You
think it's
know,
that son of yours that tests your patience.
huh?
I think that's the only thing that tests your patience.
Yeah, but I learned a lot dealing with kids when being a youth minister or you whatever you want to call it, coordinator, whatever, having all that experience with younger people, with little kids, all the way up to teenagers, high school kids, I've learned a lot about being patient and understanding everybody's situation is not my situation, and being able to walk in other people's shoes. When you learn to do that, it's easier to be a little bit more patient. I mean, it's just something you usually be able to do after a while because you've seen and you've done and you've challenged and you've done a lot of stuff and you've seen a lot of things. So you have to come to a point where, okay, Especially if I still want you to come back to the classes now. It don't need for me to be mean to you and then turn around and get mad if you don't come back to the classes. That don't make any sense. Okay. So that's why I wouldn't do that. I like being funny with you guys. I don't be serious if y'all think I am. I'm not. You'll know when I'm serious, but I'm not serious. Really. I enjoy the idea that we do this. All right, so let's get. I think Latasha might be coming in. I'm not for sure. She said she saw the message, but I don't know if she'll be coming popping up right now, and that's fine. She'll come in. She knows. Um, Usually she's the first one here, so Shamir, when she comes on, tell you beat her here, because usually she be the first one, and then here come Miss Linda. She'll slide in there. And Kathy will come over and she'll
Oh
come.
yeah, Miss Latasha, she be the first one.
Yeah, um, Kathy will come over in my YouTube, and that's why I have her over in the chat because she'll come over in that end. Um, so let's go ahead and get started. We are on chapter 5. Let me open up the book. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So let's see here. Now, do you guys need to read it from the screen? Because I'll make it bigger.
Yeah, you'll just have to make it bigger, please.
Okay. All right. You tell me when to stop. Give me a second. Let me catch it. Chapter 5. Oh, did I? Damn, I must have passed it.
You just passed it.
That's the second time I done passed it. What? How the hell I'm missing it? Let's see. Okay, that's the end. Yeah, because every end of chapter has a picture. Okay, here we go. So, okay, now I'm getting ready to make it bigger.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, it's gonna be. Hold up. Can you see that?
Yes, no, I can see
Okay.
it.
Okay. Chapter 4. Chapter 5. See, I passed it again, Linda.
No, you no,
No, no, no, you didn't.
you
I
did.
didn't.
Mm-mm.
Y'all sure? Okay. Oh, there we
Right
go.
there.
Y'all, boy, y'all own it. Okay. Okay, go up. Go
All
ahead.
right. You want me to? Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start.
okay. Chapter 5: Embracing and accepting your shadow. The journey towards self-acceptance. The journey towards self-acceptance is often a winding path, especially for women of color who navigate the complexities of identity and societal expectations. Recognizing and embracing our selves, shadow selves is a crucial initial step in this transformative process. The shadow self represents the parts of us that we often hide due to fear, shame, or societal conditioning. By confronting these aspects, we can begin to unearth the truths that lie beneath our surface, paving the way for deeper self acceptance. Shadow work involves exploring these hidden facets
Facets. Uh-huh.
of our personalities, which can be particularly challenging for women of color. We may carry the weight of cultural expectations, systemic
Hmm.
racism, and personal trauma, all of which can cloud our self perception. Engaging in shadow work techniques such as journaling, meditation, and guided visualization allows us to reflect on our experiences and feelings. This reflection is essential for understanding how our past influences our present and ultimately our self acceptance journey. As we dwell into our shadows, we may uncover feelings of inaccuracy,
Inadequacy.
inadequacy.
Yeah.
Okay. We may uncover feelings of inadequacy or anger that have been buried for too long. It is through acknowledging these emotions that we begin to heal. Embracing our full selves, including our flaws and vulnerabilities, empowers us to redefine our narratives. This process not only enhances our mental health, but also fosters resilience,
Mm-hmm.
allowing us to stand tall in our identities as women of color.
Okay.
What else is that?
Go ahead.
Okay. The impact of shot, because I knew that wasn't it. Look, every time you think you at the end, it ain't. I done caught on with her. Every time you think it's the end, it ain't. The impact of shadow work on mental health is profound. By accepting and integrating our shadow, what are you doing? Hold on. Our shadow selves, we cultivate a sense of wholeness. This wholeness encourages self compassion, making it easier to forgive ourselves for past mistakes and to embrace our journeys without judgment. As we learn to love ourselves fully, we inspire others in our communities to embark on their own paths toward self acceptance. Ultimately, the journey towards self acceptance is a continuous process. Each step taken in shadow work reveals new layers of our identities and enriching our understanding of who we are. For women of color, this journey is not just personal, it is a collective movement towards empowerment and healing. As we embrace our shadows, we create a brighter future for ourselves and generations to come.
Okay. Okay. Before we go any further, so can you name either name because I don't want to get deep personally into your personal, but can you name something surface wise that would be considered um, something that you would need to work on when it comes to your shadow work? Any personality trait that you may have?
Yes, I'm gonna say honestly, and it's something I just learned, and it's gonna be I'm gonna use the word bossiness. Like
Okay.
I personally didn't think I was a bossy person or demanding person
Okay.
because I'm very straightforward. You know, me in my own shoes, I perceive myself as being just very straightforward and to the point. Like I don't beat around the bush. I just simply ask for what I need, or tell you what I need, type thing.
Mhm.
So, but others, I've asked them to be honest with me. I'll say, "Hey, do you think I'm bossy?" And they'll just make a face like, they kind of like don't want to say it,
Yeah.
But I'm like, "Well, just tell me. That way I can work on it, because I don't mean to be bossy. I just know what I mean and mean what I say, So I'm gonna use the word bossy.
Okay. Assertive.
Yes, I'm very
Okay.
assertive.
So okay. So let me
Extremely.
ask you that. Now that you've said that, what what creates that for you? What in your life triggers you to be that way?
Uh, I'm not sure. I think it honestly comes with,
Mhm.
for me, it came with age and with experience, life experiences, because I learned that the older I got, if I don't ask for what I want or say what I want, I'll never get it.
Okay.
So nobody knows anything until you ask. So I'm an ask type person. Ever since I remember a lot from elementary, which is crazy.
Hmm.
The teachers would say, "No question is a dumb question."
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that stuck with me for like that, and keep your hands and your feet to yourself. Like that's something they repeat all the time. So that always stuck with me, and it still does today because it makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be my reasoning.
Okay. 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 I like that. I like that answer. Um. So Miss Bell,
Yes, ma'am.
what would be your personality trait that would be considered something you would do with shadow work?
That
And
would be um what would trigger it is when I ask somebody to do something for me and I constantly may repeat it twice.
okay.
And if they don't do it, I do it myself. And then their response will be, well, I was going to do it. You didn't do it when I asked you the first time.
So
So I did it myself.
So y'all know we all have the same personality.
I was just about to say assertive.
When you said it, Miss Linda, I saw myself saying something to my husband. I said,
And
"Damn,
I heard the same exact thing. That's why I was like, what's wrong with what you just said?
Yeah, and
Because I
what?
mean, if you act, no, no, no. I listened to what you said. You said more than once. You didn't say once. You said if I
yeah,
asked you
uh-huh,
more than one time,
yeah,
Hmm.
you know?
yeah, uh-huh.
And I got that from childhood because when my dad said something and we didn't move,
yeah,
we were in trouble. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
that's
respect thing.
yeah, that's where I got it from. I don't like repeating myself 2 and 3
Yeah.
times.
See?
and see, I got that from my mom because my mom was probably like your dad. Let me tell you,
Yes.
one time, I always have a story, and these are not stories I'm making up. This stuff really happened. So one day, we were living in, I think that's when we were living in Michigan. And at the time, I always wore glasses. I hate wearing glasses, but I have to wear them. So I had on a pair of wire frame glasses. I think mom had just got them for me, right? So she was doing something. I don't know if she was cleaning up or something. So I was upstairs and she had called me because they called me Lily. That's my nickname. So she said she called me 3 times. And you guys, to this day, me and my sister laugh about this all the time. I did not hear my mom call me. When I finally came down them stairs, my mom hit me so hard she split my glasses in half. That's how hard she hit me. So when she say come, you better come. So I kept telling her, I said, but mom, I didn't hear you. I promise you I didn't hear you. She said, yes, you did. You heard me. But she had already messed up my glass, so she had to turn around and buy me another pair of
Well,
glasses.
we knew we were in trouble when my
Trouble. That's
mom
right.
would say, "Wait till your daddy come home."
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. We knew
So
we were in
Yep,
trouble.
yep,
so
yep. Oh, wow.
so think about what we just did. We bonded on something so crazy that you know what I'm saying? So we all have that personality trait of being assertive. But you know what? It's not a negative thing. So we can't say it's negative because it's not. Because
Right.
it's something, whatever it is, you're not telling somebody to go kill somebody, or rob somebody. You're telling them this is something that needs to be done, and you keep moving on your own time, and this is not your time, you know. And we just want it done. So yeah, that's what trigger. If I ask you to do something, and I don't like for people to promise me something, do not promise me you're gonna do something and don't do it. That right there,
Yep.
oh, that gets me. And I'm wondering if it's just us black women because of the way we were raised, right? And it's not about you changing that about you. In shadow work, it's not about you changing that. It's about you saying, okay, this is what I am, and this is who I am. And living with it and not making it seem like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be mean to nobody. I don't want to be assertive to nobody. No, it means, okay, this is who I am. You're not messy. You're not cussing people out. You're not being aggressive. You're being assertive. Assertive means, okay, it's something that needs to be done. Let's get it done. It's not about being aggressive. It's about you saying, okay, this needs to be done. So it's not a bad thing. So I don't want you guys to think that because we say shadow work that is something you need to work on. No, it doesn't. It's you taking time out to look at the dark that you consider dark side because it's what you think. It's not about what I think or what anybody else. It's what you see. If you feel that that's a shadow in your personality, then that's what you feel. But I don't see it as a shadow. I see it as something that, if I can be if I can stick to my word is bond, and I say I'm gonna do something and I do it, then that's what I expect out of you. So that's nothing. I don't think that's anything wrong with that. And yes, we all got triggered by the same thing. Might have been different people in our lives, but we all got triggered by when I say do something, do something. So reality is it's not anything bad. So we don't have to look at it as like, ooh, that's a bad thing. No, you mean business. And you're supposed to approach it in that way. You mean business. So it's nothing wrong with that at all. So do not ever feel that that's something you want to hide. or you feel bad after you tell somebody that you want something done. Because sometimes I feel like sometimes I do that, but I don't need to, because it's not anything bad. I'm not telling you to go kill somebody. I need you to go over there and kill my neighbor, and you better do it right. They better not come back, and you better not leave no witnesses. I'm saying I need something done, but it doesn't have anything to do with something negative. It's a positive thing. Something needs to be completed. Something needs to be finished. Something needs to be done. An action needs to take place, and it's not negative. So I look at that as, we might think that's bad, but it's really not. It's really not bad. So I don't want you guys to think we're bad people because we want shit done. We're not. We just want you doing it. Just do it. And maybe, and Miss Shamir used the word bossy. Maybe it's a little bossy, but the job gets done. And like you said, after a while, you do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Man, please, I'll do it in a heartbeat, or I'll find somebody who helped me can do it, or I'll go look on YouTube and learn how to do it. Don't make me angry. So yeah, I get that, and that's good that we bonded on something. Actually agreed on something. We're assertive, bossy women, black women. Shit, bam, get it done. Okay, so reframing negative self-talk. So Miss Bell,
Okay. Reframe, excuse me, reframing negative self-talk. Negative self-talk can be a pervasive barrier to emotional healing, particularly for women of color who often face unique societal pressures. This eternal dialogue can stem from cultural expectation, systematic discrimination, and personal experience that shape how we view ourselves. Recognizing the patterns of negative self talk is the first step towards reframing these thoughts into more constructive and empowering narratives. It is essential to understand that these thoughts do not define who we are, but rather reflect the shadows we have yet to embrace. To begin reframing negative self talk, it is vital to practice self awareness. Journaling can be an effective tool for this process, allowing you to capture your thoughts and identify triggers that lead to negative self assessments. By observing your thoughts without judgment, you can start to challenge their validity. This practice not only helps in understanding your shadow self, but also promotes self acceptance. As you learn to embrace all aspects of your identity, including the negative ones. Another technique is to replace negative affirmations with positive ones. For instance, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, reframe it to, I am worthy of love and success. This shift in language can significantly alter your emotional landscape. Repeating these positive affirmations daily can help to rewire your brain, fostering a mindset that is more compassionate and understanding toward yourself. It's about nurturing the belief that you are deserving of happiness and fulfillment. Engaging in supportive communities can also bolster this reframing process. Connecting with other women of color who share similar experiences can provide validation and encouragement. Group discussions can open up avenues for sharing techniques that have worked for others, facilitating a collective healing journey. The sense of belonging and understanding fosters resilience, making it easier to combat negative self talk together. Ultimately, reframing negative self talk is not just about changing the way you say what you say to yourself, it's about transforming how you feel about yourself. It requires commitment and practice, but can lead to profound shifts in self perception and emotional well being. By embracing the shadow side of ourselves, we create space for growth, healing, and a deeper understanding of our worth as women of color. This journey is not only about individual healing, but also about empowering others to embark on their paths of self acceptance and love.
see, that's exactly what we're doing here. Now, I want to ask you a question, both of you guys. What are some negative self-talk phrases or comments you make to yourself on a daily basis?
Hmm. Why do stuff happens to me?
Okay. Okay.
Um, that's
I'm tired of going to work every day.
girl, I said that for 22 years.
I know, but I'm blessed though, you know? Like, but I do be feeling like that though. When I get, I'm like, man, why I can't just work at home today? But you know, my dad was like, you know what, youngster? He said, what would you do if we didn't have that work from home stuff?
Yeah, because it wasn't at one time. There
Yeah.
wasn't no
So that
work
put me
from home.
ahead. I was like, you know what? I
Yeah.
gotta toughen it out. Forget
Yeah.
it. These people been
Yeah.
going to work every day. Oh
Get up
well.
every day driving.
That's being a US citizen.
Hmm. But that's not negative self talk. Did you hear what the example was?
Yeah, I'm not good enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's
Uh,
not a negative self talk.
I have
uh,
asked myself that, uh,
Hmm.
but not recently. It's like in the past, I have
Yeah.
asked myself, why am I not good enough?
Yes,
But
I get with that. I get with that.
yeah,
I get with that.
but now you can't tell me nothing.
I know that's right.
Get out of here with that. So okay, so we use that, but are there other things that you say to yourself that you don't catch yourself? You know it's a negative comment you're making, but you don't catch it. You understand what I'm
Hmm,
saying? You don't pay attention to it.
right.
And sometimes you don't even have to say it out loud, you're thinking it, right? So if you're
Hmm.
thinking it, the only thing is it didn't come out your mouth. So you have to change that thought pattern too. Like
Yeah.
I say to myself, I think I complain too much. And I that bothers me because I'm like, why are you complaining? You have this, you got this going on. And it's not even about the materialistic stuff. It's life in general. You're here. You're able to do whatever you want, da 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 da. So why are you always feel like you complaining all the time? So I have to reverse that and say, what are you complaining about? How can you complain? Because you have to think about what other people are going through. We talk about the homeless people. You got a roof over your head. It might not be, a mansion, but you got a roof over your head. Most people don't
Right.
have that. So you
Right.
have to kind of keep doing that. And that is right now for me on a personal level, that's my battle right now. I have so much, and maybe my selfishness kicks in sometimes, and it makes me feel like, oh, I need more. And I don't see it as greed, because I don't say it's greed. I think it's like I deserve more. You know, it's not enough. I need more, 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 more. I need to level up. I guess that's what you would say. I guess that's the word you want to say. So I think that's my battle with me personally, and I write it in my journal all the time. So what I do is the first thing I learned to do also is write a gratitude list and read that gratitude list to yourself out loud and say, like Shamir, you said something about the job, going to work every day. You also, in that sense, you're grateful to have a job, right? So if you're
Right.
so if you're grateful to have a job, write more. Write 5 things, everything every day that you're grateful for. Your job could be the first thing. Having a car, that's the second thing, maybe. Being able to keep gas in it could be the third thing. Being able to pay bills could be the fifth thing. Those are the things that you're grateful for up under the umbrella of you having that job that you get frustrated that you wish you could do at home. You see? So you have to look at it that way. But having a gratitude list and getting the habit of having one, it helps you with that 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 negative way we think. Or I don't, yeah, the negative way we think about how our life is, how everything is. and being honest, and we're being honest here. I'm hoping you guys are being honest. I'm gonna tell you that's how I am sometimes. Sometimes I don't complain all the time, but I complain enough that it bothers me because I start thinking about it. Like, Salita, what do you complain about? You know, now look around you, okay? What do you complain about? And sometimes it's good that you do that because what you're doing is you're checking yourself. Remember, I told you that mirror is important. Now, you don't have a right to be doing all that complaining, right? And I think too, as you get older, things start looking different. So you start complaining about stuff. That's a dust bunny over there. Get that dust bunny. We find other things to complain about, but overall, we really don't have a lot to complain about because as people, and you have to, like I said, sometimes we have to look at the ideal that there's people out there in worse shape than we could ever be. There's a lot of people out there who can't get a job. There's a lot of people who don't have transportation, don't have the gas money to even get to the job, and they always having to borrow, and they sleeping on the floor of their friends, house. I mean, room or something because they can't afford a room or a bed for them to sleep in, or they have an apartment and don't have furniture, or they have all this stuff but can't even afford to put food in the house. You know what I'm saying? We have to look at it from that landscape in order for us to, you know, I guess, show gratitude to ourselves and show gratitude in general that we have what we have because it could be worse. It could be worse. And if you've never been homeless, you don't understand what homeless is. But I've been homeless. I know what it is. I know how that is. So I do have to make sure I self reflect. And sometimes it's all right to go in the past because the past will bring you back into reality. Like, you got a nerve to be complaining when there was a time when you didn't have this.
Right.
Sometimes you got to do that, you know?
Yeah, and I find myself saying, if I see something, say food, for instance, well, I don't want that. And I fall back and I'm like, people somewhere else would love to have this food.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat that.
I know it's crazy. But you know what I love is the idea we recognize that.
Right.
We're sitting here recognizing what we're doing and what we're saying and how powerful it is to us, right? But I
Hmm.
think too, once you get to a point in your life that you can eat whatever you want to eat, you can eat it. And if it's something in there that you don't want to eat, I don't want that. I don't want to eat that. So if you've come to that point in your life, you can do that. But
Right.
but in other words, I see what you're saying. It's people out there that can't even eat what you don't like. Right?
Right.
They're digging in dumpsters, trying to feed their family out of dumpsters behind restaurants, right? So I get what you're saying. I really do. And I guess we just have to learn how to balance that because I don't want to say that's something always negative. I want to say we got to learn how to kind of take a deep breath before we say it, which is kind of hard. That's a lot of practice. Learning how to just shh. Okay, don't complain. Don't get upset. Okay, things will get better or something like that. Constantly doing that. And if we constantly do that and catch ourselves, which is hard to do sometimes, especially when you're angry. When you're angry, the complaint's gonna come out. Okay. So if the complaint comes out, you gotta like, okay, I shouldn't have said that. Or should you say, I take that back? I don't know what you're supposed to say. We'll figure out what you gotta say, say after you say it. Because it's all of this is something new to a lot of people. People don't understand because you do something so long and all the time consistently, it's kind of hard to kind of say, you know what, I gotta work on that. I gotta make sure. And then we can't beat yourself up. Like I said, fostering a mindset that is more compassionate and understanding towards yourself. Because you've been experiencing so many different things, the negativity always comes out first. And then you gotta say, okay, you know what? I can't get upset with myself and I can't judge myself harshly because hey, this is how my life was. This is how things were in my life. So I've got to look at things differently. It's like trauma. And in fact, that's the next subject matter. We're talking about trauma. But it's like trauma, that trauma that keeps coming up over and over again. And with that trauma comes these little complaints or these little negative remarks we make about ourselves. So we have to be able to be compassionate toward ourselves and understanding that, hey, I've been through something and I'm still trying to work myself out of it. So that's another way we have to look at it. Okay, so the power of forgiveness. There we go. There we go. Um, Miss Shamir,
I read a whole chapter.
Miss Shamir.
I'm telling, did Miss Linda read a whole chapter?
Yeah, she wrote the whole section. Yes,
So
that was the whole.
Did Miss Salita, the teacher, read a whole chapter?
No. Okay, you want me to read? Okay,
No, I
okay,
got it. Hold on, I gotta turn my volume up. I'm sorry.
okay.
My light thing
No,
went.
you now you see you one of them students that I would have to put in the corner and put a dunce hat on you, cause
being
you
so she being combative.
I ain't gonna say
yes.
nothing because when we on the Can We Be Frank, she don't even be on there. She be watching. Yeah, all right. So let me go ahead and read this. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard
But
y'all last night.
it be some nights she'll just be on mute. She unmuted one time. You can hear the TV in the background playing the crime stuff.
I had to laugh when your son said, "Yeah, you get on your show and clip your wings." I'm like, listen to him.
He be
He's
doing
so
too.
he wrong. He wrong for that. That's all right.
I,
Yeah,
I fell out. I said, "No, he didn't."
He hating. He need to be over here with us. That's why he's still single. He
yeah.
need to learn how to get him a woman. And I told him that. So the
Yeah, she
power
did be
of
going hard on him, boy. She be
you
getting
got
too
to.
tough.
He ain't no weak link. You got to. You got to be tough in this group.
I know.
We got tough skin. All right. The power
Okay.
of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for emotional healing, especially for women of color who often navigate complex societal and ouch. Oh, these dogs. Oh. Complex societal and personal challenges. It allows us to release the burdens of resentment and anger that can weigh heavily on our spirits. By embracing forgiveness, we open ourselves up to a path of healing that not only transforms our relationships with others, but also deepens our connection with ourselves. This process is essential in shadow work as it compels us to confront parts of ourselves that may harbor feelings of betrayal, disappointment, or hurt.
Mhm.
The journey toward forgiveness begins with understanding our own shadow. The shadow self embodies unacknowledged emotions and experiences, often including those we have suffered at the hands of others. By exploring these hidden aspects, we can identify the roots of our pain and the reasons we struggle to forgive. The self exploration is crucial. It provides clarity and empowers us to reclaim our narratives. It reminds us that our worth is not defined by our past experiences, but rather by our ability to rise above them. Practicing forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful actions or forgetting the pain they caused. Instead, it is about freeing ourselves from the grip of negative emotions that can hinder our personal growth. When we forgive, we acknowledge the hurt without allowing it to control our lives. This act of self-liberation is fundamental in shadow work as it encourages us to cultivate self-acceptance and compassion. We learn to embrace our imperfections, which is vital for our emotional health and well-being. Oh, excuse me. That part where it says, when we forgive, we acknowledge the hurt without allowing it to control our lives. That's really big for me right now because,
Mm,
as you know, my uncle passed
Mhm.
my mom's brother, so and I found him deceased. So
Yes.
it's been rough, but
Yeah.
with that, you know how families fall apart. Mom's is
Yeah.
already falling apart, on my mom's side, but
Yeah.
reason I said that I would never talk to like a lot of people,
Mhm.
after the fact.
Mhm.
And what's crazy is like they reached out to me,
Mhm.
and it's the hardest thing I had to do was return a phone call, and
Yes. Oh
that
yes.
that was really, 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 really hard for me. But in my head, I knew my uncle would want me to, even
Yeah.
though a lot of dirty stuff went down,
Mm.
So it doesn't mean that things are going to be the same, but I finally realized what it means to forgive other people
Right.
for yourself. Like I,
Right.
I always thought that was trash. Like I don't
Mhm.
have to forgive you to make me feel better. I feel better anyway, whether I forgive you or not, right? But if
Exactly.
you have love for that person, or respect for that person, you do feel some type of way,
Exactly.
So I feel a lot. I feel the same, I'm not gonna lie, like, but I feel
Your
like
guard is up. Your guard is gonna
yeah, like I feel
it's
the
gonna be
same,
forever
but
up. Mhm.
it's like I still love my grandparents,
Mhm.
but it'll never be like it,
The same. It will never be
So,
the same.
but I'm gonna always keep that like things went bad, like I
Mhm.
always keep that respect because that's what God wants us to do, right?
Mhm.
It's respect our elders, respect our parents, and whatnot. So I'm gonna honor that.
Mhm.
But other than that, that sentence, really that's the truth right there. Like it really hit where I'm at in life right now.
Exactly.
When we forgive, we acknowledge the hurt without allowing it to control our lives. And it don't control my life anymore. Like I don't feel like I need to reach out,
Mhm.
anymore. And then I don't have to extend an olive branch
Exactly.
or nothing like that because it's been extended. So I feel like
Yes.
I don't have the pressure to do that anymore, really.
Exactly.
So I'm glad it happened how it did because I told myself I would never, and I
Mhm.
mean never, talk to them again. And that never word is, you know,
Mhm.
It's something else.
yeah. So
And believe it or not, even if you never spoke to them again, it wouldn't have changed your way of living. It wouldn't affect your
nah,
living.
it
And,
wouldn't have.
and to me, I think that's where my battle with forgiveness is the ideal that one person to me clarified it. They said that when you forgive, you're letting the other person off while you still carry. You're not allowed to forget what took place, the situation that happened. So when you forgive that person, you're letting them off with a free pass because they did something, not the idea that you're going to get revenge back, but they did something and they actually, in a sense, got away with it because you say, oh, well, I'll forgive them for that. And then, but you're carrying the burden of what happened because they did it to you. You didn't do it to them. So when I looked at it from that perspective, I was like, okay, that's another way of looking at it. Because for a long time, we are taught to forgive, but for a long time, I stopped forgiving people. I just stopped. I said my forgiveness is earned. That means everybody doesn't get the forgiveness, no matter what they've done to me. I'm not going to just forgive them. It's earned. For me, it's earned. If you didn't earn the forgiveness, I'm not. You're not getting it. But I do understand we've been taught that you're supposed to forgive everybody, just like we sitting here reading this. We're taught to forgive. But if I can't forgive myself, how in the world am I forgiving everybody else? Why am I allowing I can't give myself a pass. So why would I give everybody else? And that's what we're taught to do. It never tells us to forgive ourselves first. If you ever notice, they always push the narrative that we forgive everybody else. Never says forgive yourself first so that you can have the power to forgive other people. You notice that we never hear that? We never hear forgive yourself. So we go through life beating ourselves up and forgiving everybody else. So why not make us first? Forgive ourselves first. And then if that person deserves a forgiveness from you, you forgive them and move on. Just everybody don't, because if that's the reason why with that concept, for me, this is for me, we let a lot of people off. In the ideal that you just said something very valid, they called you first. You forgave them, they called you first. And business is as usual. And if they have a need to do that again, you've already put your guard up. Okay, so you've already put your guard up. But if it was for a need for them to do what they did the first time again, they could do it and it wouldn't even bother. Because, hey, they're not bothered by you saying you forgive them. And especially when you didn't tell them that you forgave them. You forgave them on your own without having that conversation with them. So does that keep room open for it to happen again? That's something you got to think about. But in the process, you forgive yourself first, no matter what it is, even if it doesn't have anything to do with that situation. Forgive yourself first. Don't always be ready to give everybody else everything and you haven't given it to yourself. That's why I say about love. How we hollering that we love somebody when we don't even love ourselves? You got to first start with yourself first. No matter what you've done, forgive. If you feel the need to have to forgive yourself for it, forgive yourself first. And then everybody else can come in later on. You can go down the line of people that you want to forgive. But forgive yourself first.
And since you said that,
Mm-hmm.
I did that. I forgave myself first for what I did,
Mm-hmm.
but I also forgave that other person because I wouldn't say I was taught, but it was just like if you didn't forgive that person still have a hold on you.
And that's what they tell you. Yep. That's
Yeah.
what we've all been taught, right?
Yes.
But
So
how
I
do they have a hold on you when they the ones who did something to you?
exactly.
It doesn't make any sense.
So
What are you doing?
I forgave myself for what
Mhm.
I done, and then I eventually forgave them
Yeah,
what was done to me.
exactly. I got
So when I see them, I to be honest with you, I don't speak to them
you.
because I still have my guard up.
That's right.
I still have it up. I don't. If they speak to me, fine, I'll speak, back. But I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go out of my way to
Mm-mm.
speak to them or have a
Yeah,
conversation.
Yeah.
yeah. I've never had to be put in this position to actually forgive somebody. Like,
Right.
I mean, like on
Yeah.
some real stuff, not you stepped on my shoe or you
Yeah.
owe me
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
money. Like,
Yeah. This
I'm
was
talking about
emotional. This
some
was like a
really like
connection.
just tough stuff where somebody died. Like that's some
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy stuff and it gets deep,
Yeah.
with what, went on. So I'm like, man, like, cause my family, how they say families break up during, nah, mine was already messed up, so it just made it even worse,
Exactly.
but me being me and me being so forgiving, but also so guarded,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and also once I see you,
Mm-hmm.
like really see you,
Right.
it's a wrap for you. It's like,
Exactly.
it's a truly, and that's to protect me in the
Yeah.
Right.
end.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
you can't keep forgiving people and
Mm-hmm.
thinking they're gonna change how they treat you. They still gonna be the same person.
And see,
Hmm.
now, you know what? I'm so glad you said that, Shamir. So go back to what you said, Miss Bell. You see how it becomes a burden, an emotional burden on you
Yep.
with that person because what are we doing? We just said we put our guards up. What's the guard? That's an emotional break you're putting towards your heart in that person, right? So you're
Hmm.
carrying that. Do you see how much you're still carrying that
Yes, ma'am.
because of what they've done to you? So you can't you can't be free because you still got your guard up against them. That's work, y'all. That's energy. And so we have to figure out, okay, so if I just say, you know what, I'm not forgiving nothing, I'm done. To me, that's more of a freedom than worried about having my guard up because I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to be in your presence. I don't go to social outings around you. So I don't
Yeah,
have to deal with you. I don't have to talk to you. And I'm like you. If I see you in the street, I have nothing for you.
it's
Nothing.
harder when it's immediate family.
No.
No, 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 baby.
To me, it is. We talking
No.
grandparents here, though, y'all.
Mm.
I hear you. I hear you. I've never had that issue with my grandparents or my aunties. None of my aunties. I can't think of none of my aunties or uncles.
Yeah,
But this
it's toe
is
up, man.
family. This is
Yeah,
more like the relationship with my sisters. I
yeah,
think I shared that with you guys. So that's close because we grew up in the same home and we grew up around each other. So that was a little bit
yeah.
different. And I And it's like now we both know how to deal with each other now. You understand what I'm saying? We both know
Mm-hmm.
how to maneuver through things, and I can truly say it wasn't my fault. I can really say that I know it wasn't my fault what took place, but there was a percentage of it that was blamed on me. And I, okay, but I'm a type person where I'll cut you. It don't even bother me. I'm not gonna lose sleep over after a while. Now at first when it hurts, when the hurt's there, you deal with the hurt and you go through the motions, you're sad, you're depressed, and then after a while, I'll move on. Okay, what's next? What else
Mm.
we can do? You know what I'm saying? But I know, and we've been taught that. But if you noticed with family, family dynamics, lots of time we allow the worst abusive that we take, the worst abusive situations we are is in our family,
Yep.
especially when it's a dysfunctional family.
Mm.
We take a lot of abuse and don't even realize it. So then, as we grow up into that and we go out and we don't love ourselves now, let's go back to the ideal that whatever happened in the family, you stop loving yourself for whatever reason that is. So when you go out and you try to get into relationships, what you recognize as somebody being nice to you and taking care of you, then turn around, you'll see them do you the same way your family member did you. Talk about your business, bring up stuff that you shared with them personally. They'll bring it up in public, or they'll bring it up to you when you're in argument. All of that takes place, and that's a trigger. Believe it or not, it's a trigger from how your family did you. So that's why it's so important that you forgive yourself first. Be compassionate to yourself first. Love yourself first before we holler we want to love somebody else. And a lot of us do not get that. We just want to be loved. I just want to be loved. I don't care. I just want to be loved. Well, first of all, look at yourself. Did you say I love you today? Oh, what? 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 No. Did you say I love you today? Did you look in the mirror and say I love you? No, no. Then how are you hollering? You want a man? You want a woman? You want this? When you can't even love yourself. Lots of us hate ourselves, and we don't want to admit that. See, that's a shadow. We don't want to admit. So why do you hate yourself? Because something dysfunctional happened in the family that you had no control over, but you wanted it to stop and it didn't stop. So family can be almost your worst enemy besides yourself. And we got to look at that. We got to look at our family dynamic. We want to make it sound like our families are all great and fine. And, everybody got issues. Okay. And but you can be that exception to the rule. You can be the one to break the generational curse by not, look, I'm not doing this. If y'all want to argue and fight and act a fool and tell each other business, keep me out of it, because I don't want to be part of that. That's not what I want to do. So are we going to get together and work together, or what? If you don't, I'll move on. I'll keep going. And you have to come to that. And a lot of times there's nobody brave enough to do that in the family. I've seen families fight, like literally fight, like they fighting people on the streets. And I just could not, that concept, you're supposed to love your sisters and brothers. You're not supposed, but because there's a lot of undercurrent stuff going on with that person, somebody, and they didn't tell themselves they love themselves enough. So they become the black sheep, or they become the troublemaker in the family. Not the black sheep. The black sheep is a whole different persona, but they become the trouble. They're the troublemaker in the family. Look, I'll be the troublemaker. Hey, Linda, I'll tell you something about Shamir. And then you'll tell Shamir what I said about you. And then I'll say, oh, wait a minute, hold up. I didn't say that. Where you get that from? That's not, but this is what you said. So I'm going to tell a whole lie about something Linda said about Shamir. When she didn't really say it, but to get Shamir off of me, I'm a lie on Linda. So, I mean, it's a vicious circle.
It is.
I'm gonna tell you that you slept with the mailman, okay? I'm gonna tell your husband you slept with the mailman, okay? What? And that's what we do, and it goes on and on and on. And this is not just 1 year; this is several years. You're going into adulthood. You're getting older, and all this the same person in the family is the one who's keeping up all the mess. They never change. So what do? You don't forgive them. You just leave them alone. Because
Yep.
some people are comfortable in being just that mean. They don't care. They're so unhappy. They don't want to see you happy. So they make your life miserable. So the best thing to do is, if you want to forgive them, you forgive them. But the thing is, you're letting them off scot free to continue doing what they're doing. So the best thing you do, you don't give them no reason to talk about you. You don't, if it's something going on in your life, you don't talk to your other sisters about it. Okay? Because if you do, you know that sister that tells everything and want to make you feel bad about your situation, she's gonna be the one who tell everything. She's gonna tell everybody, people who don't even know you, she's gonna be telling your business to. So you have to be careful with that. So family, I think family could be the worst of everybody that can change or destroy a relationship. It's family. And that's not everybody's family. I'm not saying that on everybody family, but lots of times, a lot of the problems and the trauma we have comes from our family life. It doesn't come from the outside. It comes from right within that roof, under that roof, where we raised at. So that's just something to think about when we talk about forgiveness. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but we have to forgive ourselves first. Now, Miss Bell,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
do you
Oh,
feel?
I was gonna finish.
Yeah, I want you to finish, but wait. I want to ask
Oh,
Miss Bell something real
oh.
quick. Just a question. So let me ask you this. How did you feel when you realized that you wanted to forgive yourself? How did it make you feel to forgive yourself?
Relieved
Okay.
because I was carrying a lot of guilt on
Yes.
something that I did. So I was relieved, prayed about it, and I knew God would forgive me as well.
Yes. Gotcha. That's right. Okay, go ahead, Miss
Get out of
Shamir.
here. Okay, I thought I had it on mute. Y'all hear me fussing at these dogs? I be having to mute so much, man. They just like kids. Like, get out of my kitchen. Get out. I'm serious. All right. Am I at moreover? Okay.
Yes.
Moreover, the impact of forgiveness extends beyond individual healing. It can foster a greater sense of community among women of color. By sharing our stories of forgiveness, we create spaces for dialogue and support. These discussions can help others confront their own shadows and inspire collective healing. The act of forgiving can act as a catalyst for deeper connections and understanding within our communities, reinforcing the importance of empathy and solidarity. In conclusion, the power of forgiveness lies in its ability to transform pain into strength. As we engage in shadow work, we must remember that forgiveness is not a destination, but a continuous journey. By embracing this process, we not only heal oh my lord. We not only heal ourselves, but also contribute to a more compassionate world. It is through forgiveness that we unearth the resilience and beauty. Wait, is it resilience or
No,
what
you
is
said it right.
oh, the resilience and beauty within ourselves, ultimately leading to profound emotional healing and empowerment.
Okay. That's chapter 5. You guys did an excellent job
Thank you,
tonight.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Very good, very good. Um, so what I was gonna say. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. So now we understand the importance of everything we just talked about here. We understand how if you put all those together, how we become better people and better women of color. I'm gonna say better women of color individually. Um, and I want you guys to understand it is a uphill battle. Okay. So I don't want you guys to think that this is easy to do. It's an everyday constant thing we have to do, to constantly watch what we say to ourselves, not to anybody else, but watch what we say to ourselves on a constant basis. Even when we want to say something negative, we have to catch ourselves and not say it, because we understand life is life and right now for a lot of people. But we can still, in the process of all that we're going through, we can still say, you know what, I love you. And you mean a lot to me. And I want the best for you. You can say that to yourself because you deserve that. Right. And then if you repeatedly say it all the time, you'll see how things start to change in your life. Right. Things will start changing in your atmosphere, even your environment starts to, you'll see how the energy around you, the people that you associate yourself with, all of that is going to start changing because now you see yourself in a different way. You see yourself where, you know what, I don't have to feel bad about this. I don't have to feel bad about my thoughts. And if you do feel bad about your thoughts, give yourself some doggone compassion and say, you know what? Okay, it's all right if I think that way today. Doesn't necessarily mean I think I'm going to think that way later on or tomorrow. I just feel like that right now. We have to do that with ourselves because you know what? We do it to our boyfriends, our husbands, our girlfriend, our cat and dog. We forgive them. We make them feel good while we feel miserable. So we have to learn to put ourselves first. And this is what this is about, putting yourself first. In the midst of everything, you have to put yourself first because who's taking care of you? Who's taking care of you? Nobody. You are. And when you get ready to leave here, whether you go by earn or by the ground, you getting in that sucker by yourself. Ain't nobody coming with you. So you have to learn to love you and take care of you first. Everybody else got, it's not about selfishness, it's about self-care. Because see, when you wind up on the 6th floor in a loony bin, guess what? See how many people come visit you when visitation rights, when you get your visitation rights after you come out that padded cell. Who gonna come visit you? Watch how many phone calls you don't get. And if they call and they trying to check on you so they can go back and tell your business. I'm just saying that's what happens a lot of times. Nobody checks on nobody. You were all right when you were out here doing your thing and being there for them. But when you needed somebody, there was nobody in your corner. So that's why you have to make yourself priority. Mentally, emotionally, physically, psychological. You have to make yourself priority because you deserve it. You deserve it just as much as the next person do. No matter what, you deserve it. And give it to yourself. Tell yourself in the morning when you get up, I love you. If you can't do nothing else, wake up and say, I love you. I'm just saying. Get up, meditate. Do your grateful list if you have to. 5 things you're grateful for. 2 things you're grateful for. 1 thing you're grateful for. Whatever fits your narrative, that's what you do. And just watch slowly but surely how things start to open up, opportunity, situations start to look different to you. The things that had a lot of clouds around it, and you wonder what, you'll see how it starts because it's about you. I keep saying this because it's like we don't get it. We don't understand that everything starts with us. It doesn't start with the external world. It starts with the internal world. And whatever we bring out is how our world and our environment is created, is what we bring out here. But if we don't love ourselves, how are you going to love somebody when you don't even love yourself? You beat yourself up. You put yourself down all the time. I had a friend of mine that every time I talked to her, it was always something negative she was saying about herself. And I had to do that with her. Stop doing that. Woe's me. My life is this. Nothing is working out. And I asked her that one question. Do you love yourself? Huh? Do you love yourself? Yeah, I think I do. And so she kind of broke it down. And I was like, that's not love. That's not how you love yourself. And when I told her, some things I suggested, because you know me, I'm assertive. I suggested some things to her. And after a while, it took a minute because it was something you have to learn how to do because she's never done it before. And so when she finished, she's like, yeah, I feel much better. Yeah, because you were talking about all this external crap, and you were letting all this external crap in your life when you should have been concentrating on you. We don't have no excuse now. There's no excuse now. We're at an age, all of us are at an age where we've experienced enough in life where we don't have excuses for making things better for ourselves. We don't have an excuse. And I'm not accepting excuses. I can't even give myself excuses for why I'm not doing something or why I'm not making this happen for myself. I have to take full responsibility. All of us do. That's part of being a grown person. That's part of being an adult. And we all have to do it, even though we don't want to. We have to do it. And it's hard. Life is not easy, especially when there's a lot of circumstances that happen in our lives that create some of the situations we're in. If you're responsible for the situation you're in, take it. How they say, take it on the chin. Take it like a man. Do what you got to do to fix that situation. Point blank. It's about us. So, we did wonderful tonight. You guys did wonderful tonight. So, you have your already sent you guys chapter quiz for chapters 1 through 5. We don't have that's not due until Saturday. We'll probably just go over them like we did Miss Bell
Mm-hmm.
last time. They did an excellent job. Her and Latasha did an excellent job. So we'll do it probably the same way. And then the next test is going to be for the whole thing. But like I said, we have 4 more chapters to go. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we have 4 more chapters to go. And then we'll take a small break. I'll let you guys take a break. And then we'll come back and we'll do the last book. And then school's out. Your school's out till next year. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all probably ain't gonna want to do this again. Um, but we'll find out. We'll see on this last class. We'll see if y'all gonna want to do it again on this last book. If you do, we'll bring it back. If we don't, that's fine. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that you've learned here. Um, we get a chance to get together. The ones who can, we'll get together and hang out for a little bit, eat some dinner, and then go on our merry way. Because you know y'all not gonna disappear as long as we got the Cameron B. Frank show. So I know y'all gonna be on there some way, some shape, form, or fashion. As long as we got, we'll still see each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Look, we got good. 8:38. Damn, we did good tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did 1 hour.
yeah, not 3. So you guys have a great evening. Let me shut this down. Let me come out of sharing here.
You as well, Miss Shamir.
Yes, Miss Shamir. Oh, she must be fussing at the dogs. Latasha didn't get a chance to go in, but she already sent her the message, so she knows what to do. I think she said she had already read it. So make sure she do her test and she'll probably be back Saturday. But yeah, so you guys did a good job. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so excited, you guys. So you guys have a great night, and I shall see you tomorrow, Thursday, Wednesday. No, Saturday. We'll be back Saturday. If you're available, we'll do Saturday and we'll do 6. We might do 6 and 7. Depends on how we start out. We might go ahead and knock out 6 and 7 if you guys want to. And get it closer to the to finishing up the chapter so we can get deep in this next book. No, so you guys can take a break. That's what it is. We're gonna take a break and then we come back and do that last book. Will that work for y'all? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. She left. Okay. All right, Miss Shamir. I'll see you in a few. You're probably gonna be over there harassing Tavares in a few minutes.
Why?
Cause you and Tavares always stay in it all the
I was
time.
about to say, I know we ain't got nothing to show,
No, no,
huh?
no, 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 baby. Mm-mm.
I just had to tell them at work we having too many meetings, goddamn.
No, you didn't.
No, well, yes, but professionally because I had a one on one, with the boss. When they ask for feedback, I give it. So I was like,
So
hey,
what did you say?
oh, this recorded. But no,
Hold up,
it
hold
wasn't
up,
no nothing
hold
like
up,
that. I was like,
hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me close out the show. Hold up.
we had fun, y'all.
Yes, yes. Miss Bell, I'm gonna close out the show. So